You get a hard dick. Now I got diabetes. Who made that happen? I was fine 45 years ago. And all of a sudden I got diabetes.
So, this mom's daughter cursed. No, she was in the witchcraft, and then her daughter was in the witchcraft, and
No,
then cursed
Tammy
you.
never was. It was her grandmother.
Oh.
Her mom's mom, grandmother. Tammy's mom's mom. That's
Okay.
witchcraft. She's probably dead now. She was like 70 years old then.
But they cursed you.
They had to.
Yeah.
Because we broke up and everything. I think she went to her and did something. That's what I think happened. What else? How else? Why would this shit happen to me all the time? That would have been 1988, 89.
So, do you feel that you were cursed the majority of your life with all these bad things happening to you? It's like, oh, well, this guy, that guy gets away with it. I don't. I'm cursed.
My mom told me that. James, James, she said, you can't get away. You don't. Everybody gets away with stuff, and you always get caught.
Yeah.
For some reason, you always got caught. I do the same things they do.
Right. But they never.
I'm the one in trouble. They're not. Why?
Yeah, why is that?
Bullshit. It's just my life. Me and Andy stole a motorcycle out of this guy's carport. We told Ron Yeska. We took his place. He took his motorcycle out of this fucking carport. Me and Andy are taking over. We were going to take it into the woods and hide it. It wouldn't start. So he goes, well, let's just drop it up behind your house. We'll get Brian and put it in space and work on it. My mom saw it up there, called the cops. Got Andy and me, and cops were there. We stole a motorcycle. I was 15 years old. this fucking, was it was blue. What kind was it? It was big blue, all fucking plastic thing. What was it, Kawasaki maybe or something? But we hid it behind my house. So Brian was supposed to come over. We went to school. Brian was supposed to take the bike and put it in his basement and work on it. And it's all through the story. That's how it went down. So Brian never took the bike and put it in his basement. My mom saw it back behind her house, behind the trees, in the ditch. The cops come, they brought it down into the yard of my parents' house, backyard, right in the backyard. They found the owner to it, which we told them who owned it. Luckily, we didn't get charged with grand theft. We know none of us got charged for it. It just went down smoothly. The bike got sent back to the owner, and me and my mom knew what happened. It was just, we were in school. We came home from school, and my parents had the motorcycle in the backyard of my house. And this big fucking blue thing. It's like a 250, big dirt bike. So, I got Andy come down, and we told him what he did, and we admitted it in front of the cop, but we never got charged. Every grand theft auto, 15 years old. Luckily, that situation turned out alright. We could have did big time for that. No fines, no jail time, not enough. We just took the bike off of somebody's yard, and the neighbor was supposed to fucking fix it to get it running. I don't know what, and it was all Andy's idea. I just went along with it. Put it behind my house, next thing, the neighbor's going to fix it. Luckily, that was a good luck thing that nobody ever got charged for anything like that. That's stealing a fucking motorcycle.
And then there were motorheads on your block where your parents lived. So how many motorheads were there?
30.
Really?
40 maybe. Everybody had a fucking car. Everybody had a Chevelle or Camaro or a Charger or a Javelin or something. Everybody had cars.
And
All
then
hot rod cars.
that was in
80s, man.
okay.
70s, 80s. Hell, man, I remember the guy. Oh shit, the guy down the road, Gilbert. Gilbert's brother, Gilbert. I don't remember the fucking name. But he had a blue '69 Charger. Cool as shit, man. And it snowed one day. And he was right out front of the we lived right at the intersection. He come up here and started doing down to this fucking Charger. Just spinning around shit. The '69 Charger. The car was mint, man. It was fucking mint. I mean, that neighborhood had everything. Oh, a neighbor down the road. He got up in the morning to go to work, turned the key, nothing to start. He was going to start his car. So opened his hood up, no engine. He took his engine overnight. He took his engine out of his car. These guys, I don't know what it was, I have an idea, but they took his fucking engine out in the middle of the night and kept. The guy was trying to go to work next day. He could turn his keys off in there. No engine.
Wow.
They took his fucking engine in the middle of the night. I have an idea who it was because up the street was Jack. Earl and Jack's junkyard. They had tow trucks and shit. It had to be a picker like that, a tow truck. The hook on the tow truck, that would have had to pick it up. How else could we get the fucking engine out? He had to be involved with it. He had to be involved with it. But I don't know. Nobody ever said anything about it. Because the story is because my parents are friends with that person. My parents are friends with that neighbor where his engine got lost. Took it out in the middle of the night. So that's how I know all that. But I have an idea who did it. Jack would have had the tow truck. Gilbert had an engine sitting in his garage. Don't know what kind of engine it was. One day I saw it. I said, hey, what's this engine, man? It was just sitting there, half covered up. And I still think that was the guy's engine he took. I think Gilbert and Jack took his fucking. I think that's who did it. But can't prove it.
Now this is an unbelievable story.
That's true. That was an honest God truth story.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived through a lot of shit, man. A lot of shit. Oh, me and Brian were over at Jack's house. Jack got married. It's on Passy Lane Apartments there off of fucking, Stone Mill Road. So we had a what's it called? Oh, what's his fucking name? We had his fucking Bronco, his white Bronco, 4-speed. He taught me how to drive the clutch because we were both drinking that night. But he wanted me to teach me how to drive a truck. We had to go back over to Quaker Hills. But he taught Andy too, because he goes, Andy, I always taught Andy how to drive. Brian was pretty cool, but in a way he wasn't sometimes. He was my neighbor, but he was like 3 years older than me. But he had me drive what's called a truck, Bronco. Because we had the Bronco, we went to the party at Jack's house, throwing darts and drinking and shit, whatever going on. And then we left, and Brian said, well, I want to show you how to drive, man. Just sit there, I'll show you how to pull the clutch out and shift gears and stuff. Then I bought a car, I bought my Camaro, a 69 Camaro. Did not know how to drive a manual transmission. The car dealer took me for a test drive. I got the car, I got the loan, got the car. Didn't know how to drive it. Got off the lot, and I practiced in our neighborhood. Just driving around my neighborhood, practicing. Then I became aced at it. I'm a fucking clutch maniac. So I can shift and trip gears and everything. I'm just a wild child into this car, man. So I learned it. I taught myself. Parents don't good teach me. They never had clutch manual transmission. I bought the car not even how to fucking drive it. Got off the lot, got out the fucking road. And I just learned. Went straight to the neighborhood. Every day I was driving. Learning how to pull out, stop, shift gears, and all that crap on hills and shit. That's the worst part. The clutch on a hill. It goes backwards. And you gotta be quick with the fucking pedals and shit. Because your car goes backwards when a manual transmission.
Yeah, I was in Arizona.
Then you can stall it. You stall it out right in the middle of traffic or something, you're done. But I practiced. Then Brian had a GTO. Brian bought a 1969 GTO. And he worked that guy. was selling GTO. He bought the GTO. He had a show about he bought a GTO. My neighbor, Brian. He had 69 GTO. And he had his 4-speed, his. He had 400 4-speed. And every once in a while I'd see him. Yeah, I'm still practicing, man. I'm learning this. He was telling me, he was hitting out, give me hints on what to do and all this. Eventually I got down pat. I was a wild child in that thing. I could drive circles around anybody that car.
Yeah, I never know.
I could actually pull the front end up, the wheels would come off the ground. No shit. Put it first gear, pop the clutch. The wheels would come off the ground. I had the top end of the engine rebuilt. So it was like brand new fucking engine in it. I had all done over, man. 69 Camaro. I had a stack of pictures this tall of it. I had pictures of every angle, every inside, outside. I had pictures of every car I ever had. Then I bought a photo album, put everything in this photo album. Even the pasties off a dancer one time. Even pasties, she took her tip, put it on my ear. My 21st birthday with my girlfriend's dad up in fucking Elizabethtown. She took her pasty off and put it in my ear and stuck it. I kept that in the photo album. I put moose head label over beer bottles. I used to drink moose head. Took the label off, put it inside there. But I had a photo album full of all my shit. All my shit. But you know what? West End Avenue. What happened? Oh, I went to jail on West End Avenue. All this shit happened. All this stuff was in the attic. She moved to Columbia Avenue. She left everything there. I lost all my pictures and shit. I lost boxes of stuff. I mean, talk about losing stuff. That attic was a whole fucking. You could have fucking lived a couple years with all the stuff up there. Stereos, albums. I mean, everything just got left behind. Talk about losing stuff. I lost more than you ever fucking would have in your life. I lost so much shit. I mean, if you go back in my mind and think about it, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of shit I lost. Lost. Totally lost. So when you say, I ain't got nothing, you never lived my life. You don't know what it's like to lose thousands of dollars worth of equipment and stuff. Stuff that's valuable. Not a piece of fucking clothing. I'm talking about stuff, real stuff.
Well,
you don't lose stuff like that.
The little tiny bit of things that you have.
All you do is a pair of pants. Oh, my pants are lost. Big fucking deal. That's $10. Big deal. It's not thousands of dollars worth of equipment, thousands of dollars of albums, thousands of dollars of CDs, thousands of dollars of all of electronic equipment. I mean, I had everything, every fucking thing you could think of. Gone. Then I replaced it all after I left her. You know, we separated and I got divorced and all that. I bought everything that I had, but newer versions of it. I had better than what I had lost. Then I lost that. Because I couldn't afford the storage unit. I mean, everything, man. If you would add up all the money I ever spent, it'd probably $500,000 since I was a kid.